So speaking of drugs, which are made on Earth.
All drugs have been made on Earth, as far as I know.
Yes.
As far as I know.
And because of that, because there are things made by Mother Nature, they should be legal.
Most of them are made by Mother Nature. Sure.
Some would believe that God makes what we smoke and what we...
Well, I mean, if you argue God has created this whole planet, then he has created weed. Is that what you're getting at?
Well, I was going to ask you something else.
Okay.
If there is heaven, are we living on it right now? Like, would you if there was a heaven, do you think that this would be it? Do you think that there is another heaven? I mean, and this doesn't have to be like an exact answer. This is just an opinion on what you might think it is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We don't fucking know. I mean, if you're watching this video expecting us to tell you,
if you're expecting us to tell you, yes, this is heaven, what we're living on right now.
No, or the fact that there is one somewhere else. I'm sorry, but we can't answer that because we ain't ever been there. Or maybe we have, but we were just like brain wiped, like
what if we
reincarnation.
Were there? Yeah, what if we were there before? I don't know. But to answer the question, I think maybe.
You think maybe this is heaven on earth? Heaven is earth.
Earth is heaven. I think it could be, because if you look at the earth, it's great. You're just looking at me, and you're in Google Maps, and then you zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Then there's Earth, and it's a tiny little dot in black everywhere. Then there's like a moon, nothing living on it. There's Mars, nothing living on it. Sun, nothing. Nothing's living in this solar system as far as we know.
Yeah.
Except
us.
Earth. Yeah. And so that really makes you think, out of all this space in the universe that could be taken up by something, there's only one thing that is being taken up, and it's us. But I feel like nobody, or at least not a lot of people, live their life like this is heaven on earth. They're like, I just can't wait till I get to what's next. And like, what is going to happen is going to be so much better than it is right here.
Part of me thinks that they think that is because
they're not happy with their lives here.
Well, not that, but they're scared of what's next. They're scared nothing is going to be next, so they fathom this idea that there's another place after this, and like someone's behind it. And I mean, you make a fair point. Like, we're the only people around for, like, as far as we know, ever. Like, we don't have, I mean, besides UFO footage, which that's a whole nother topic, which I believe in.
That's a whole pod dedicated to itself. UFO.
Yeah.
Shit.
Which I want to go so deeper into that, but
we'll get there eventually.
That's what he said. But I just what were we even talking about? Oh my goodness.
Is heaven Earth?
Earth heaven? So like the fact that there's basically nobody around that we have proof of in our solar system,
or even the fact that just humans by themselves, no animal has even gotten close to what we've accomplished as human beings on this earth, which isn't really that long of time.
Like, we have language, we communicate with each other.
Look at a fucking highway. Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Nobody's done that.
That's some depression shit, though. Being in a car. I saw something that was saying cars are the reason people are depressed.
I saw it. That's funny. Like, I kind of fuck with rocking in my car by myself with the radio on.
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes it's just like you're just sitting there like thinking.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm in this hunk of metal going 65 miles an hour down this concrete. Like,
I saw a shower thought, and it said like, if before cars and airplanes have been invented, the top speed of a human was like from a cheetah probably, because you were dead and the cheetah was running away with your body.
Wait, I'm sorry. What? Go back.
So before cars or airplanes were invented, the top speed of a human would only be like 20 miles per hour running. And the person who's probably been the fastest was somebody that was dead, being booked off by an animal. Like, an animal was running away with your body, going at top speed. And that's the fastest a human has traveled until a car or an airplane got invented. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying a human that got eaten by an animal and was being dragged away.
Mm-hmm.
That's the fastest they moved, like a cheetah or something.
That's the fastest a human
Until
has
a
ever
car
moved
was-
until cars and airplanes have been invented.
Are we talking horizontally? Because I mean, diagonally, people could have traveled way faster.
That is true.
Like
If
if you fell
I
off
guess
a
I was
cliff.
only thinking horizontally.
If you fell off a cliff,
You're moving pretty fast.
that's like that's probably like 100 miles an hour.
Got to be a big ass
Eventually,
cliff.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But yeah, that is weird to think. Unless aliens were here. Ah, gosh, so many alien things. We'll get to that, people. Don't you worry. There's going to be an episode very soon where we will talk about
All of your alien content will be here.
Yes.
But so back to the previous question.
heaven.
Do you think Earth is heaven? What are your thoughts on that?
Personally, it feels like we are very, very lucky for where we are at, considering if our world was any further or closer or further from the sun, we would be dead. We'd be either cooked or we would be too cold.
Yep.
And oxygen, we're at the perfect level where oxygen is able to thrive, or like atmosphere is able to be maintained, and just like that we have one that. It's crazy we even have one that grew here. Like
we
but-
we really did grow our atmosphere.
there is proof that there was an atmosphere on Mars too, but I mean, possible. There's evidence that there may have been, but yeah. So for the fact that it's just like we landed in this like perfect spot where humanity can thrive, and not just humanity, but all these animals can thrive. It makes me feel like either A, we're lucky as hell, and like that's just
proven
it,
that we're lucky as hell.
or B, we were created by like some greater being. There's a part of me that feels like there might be some greater being that like our spirit may eventually go to, or not go to, but
I feel like that's another conversation.
that's another one too. But I don't know. I'd say no. I'd say Earth isn't. If there was a heaven, it wouldn't be here.
It'd be
It'd be in another. I think it's in another plane of existence. Like that's not like humanity and consciousness.
You're not able to access that plane from the plane we're living on currently as humans.
Yeah, you pass. When you die, you go to that one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's ghosts, there's demons,
and there's
stuff
also
like that.
people who have died, or like died for a minute or 2 minutes, and then came back to life. Yeah, and they're like, "There's a heaven. Like I saw God."
But some people come back and they say there's nothing. Like
I know, it's so weird.
So maybe certain people.
Maybe it's different for everybody. Like you might have a heaven and I don't.
I'd hate to think that,
That would be crazy.
but yeah.
If you find me, meet me by the lesbian pool. The
Why?
lesbian pool in heaven, so we can party together.
The lesbian pool?
Yeah, it's from Scrubs.
Ah, okay. Well, I have not seen Scrubs.
Oh, we gotta get on that after Young Justice.
Yeah, for sure. The only scene I've seen from Scrubs was the scene where he's dancing because they put it in Fortnite and completely copied it.
Yeah,
And didn't
the
give it
Turk
credit.
dance. Okay, stop doing that. Stop it. Stop.
Okay. I'm done.
That's okay. It's okay.
But yes, that's the only Scrubs I've seen. So yeah, we'll definitely have to watch that.
Yeah.
But heaven.
You
If there's
say
a
no.
heaven,
I say it's possible, but I mean, there's no way to tell. But I just say have as much fun as you can here on this plane of existence right now.
if there's a heaven, it's at the Fortnite Season 8 map. So
What?
don't ask. Don't ask. I don't
I'm
know.
not gonna ask.
But
Just if you know, and I obviously do not know what the fuck that means.